Rick from Rick's RC and More. You see in front of me here, I have the 3D printed snowmobile. I threw my brushless, or sorry, a brushed crawler system in this that I had laying around just to try it out. I did break the windshield. The only thing with a 3D printed vehicle, if you don't have a 3D printer, is obviously when I break stuff, I'm going to have to get somebody I know with a 3D printer or something to print me spares or get creative. I'm probably gonna get a cheap brushless system and put it in this. These things probably work better brushless. The brush system the brush system I have in it right now. I think I threw a 3S in there, and it's like a 35 turn motor or something like that. I can gear it up. I can't remember what I put for a gear on there, but I can definitely be geared up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a bigger pinion gear in there and just to play around with it. I did one of the weak links of these. Apparently it was these blocks here. These ones are aluminum. I made these up at work for each side. So I was able to just make those up at work. The steering radius, no, it was the first snowfall here, so it might just have been the type of snow. The steering radius was horrible. It just didn't really want to steer very well. With the gearing that's in it, it is pretty peppy off the line, so that didn't help. You just kind of touch the throttle and it would take the weight off the skis, so gearing it up might help with that as well. So I'm just going to play with that for a little bit, and then I'll probably just throw a cheap Amazon brushless system or something in it. And I don't know, I might sell it. We'll see. It'd definitely be better for somebody who had a 3D printer. When you run into situations where you snap something. I mean, the windshield's pretty thin, flimsy material. I kind of had to give it a hammer, a throttle, and then the skis come up a little bit, and just when it dropped, the skis hooked something and it went over. But other than that, it works. Seems to work really good. Other than the steering radius and breaking the windshield. So I've got a 3S on charge here. That was the fan you heard there earlier, my charger going. I'm going to change that pinion out, see what I have for pinions, and go a little bit a tooth or two more high gear. And we have some snow here, so I'll take the camera outside and get a video of it ripping. So we're just taking the this gear off. I'd have to actually count. Let's see what I got for gears. That one looks like it might be like a 14 tooth. Let's see here. There's a big one in there. What's this guy? Oh, it's quite a bit bigger gear. So it's a 25 turn motor in there. It's a 2 to 3S Spectrum ESC, waterproof. My receiver, I just got it mounted up here. It's not waterproof. I don't have a case for it, so right now it's just I'm just going easy on it, not going through some deep snow or anything, just to get this gear snugged on the motor and lined up. Let's get some gear mesh. So I've gone up quite the size here. Tighten this up. I'm hoping gearing it up this high with a with a 25 turn crawler setup that it'll give it a little bit more speed, but being a 25 turn motor, still have the oomph to get it up to speed quickly. Like I said, we're just playing around at this point, just to tighten this up, just to kind of play with it, see what I think of it before I start putting more money into it. If you're in the RC hobby, chances are you have lots of stuff laying around. Like gears, power systems, stuff like that. I have some Tamiya TBL for brushed and brushless ESCs kicking around, but unfortunately they're not waterproof. They gotta run. They're censored. They don't come with a sensor cable. They just come with they come kind of brushless ready, but you got to buy the sensor cable, which probably isn't expensive, not a big deal. But with the ESC not being waterproof and going in a snowmobile, probably not the best of ideas. The only thing I don't like about these setups is one, everything is screwdriver. It's not. I mean, I could put hex hardware on this sled, and everything just kind of threads right into the 3D printed plastic. Stuff comes loose. I'm sure if you have a 3D printer, you could probably improve upon these designs. I'm sure they actually have. There's probably updates online. I just, again, don't have a 3D printer, so... So we changed up the gearing. Oh, I don't have that side panel on properly, and I've got a binding. It's not all the way flush in here. I'm gonna have to. I traded my little 124 scale buggy there, my little low C, for this. And when I went to get it, the guy said all of a sudden he found this this kind of binding in the track, because he sold it or traded with me for no power system, just the servo. And yeah, if you don't have this panel here on quite right, these gears, these hit. So let's get this done better. It's hard to see where that screw goes. I don't think the panel was quite all the way in. That screw, it goes, that's a little bit longer than it should be. It goes pretty far in. I'm gonna have to put a shorter screw in there. That's pretty close to the drives. It's not gonna hit, but I didn't realize that it went all the way in through like that. Sorry if I'm probably blocking everybody's view here. So when you're experimenting with these like I am with gearing and stuff, it is a little bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest, to take all these panels off, because everything's screwed in, and Let's see. Yeah. No more clickety-click. That holds on there, and the seats where the battery goes. Okay, so now we got it all slapped back together. I got to tighten up my steering too. Might be part of my, these are a little sloppy. I got to put some spacers in there. That could be why it doesn't steer very well. Also, it's small hardware and really hard to get spaces. So, but I'll tighten all that up. I'll get a battery in it, and we'll take the tripod outside and watch it rip. The snow crunch on top makes it tippy. That's steering as hard as I can get it to steer. Oh, she's smoking. I do believe I just smoked a motor. So geared too high. Definitely needs brushless. So that was exciting. Yeah, motor's still warm. I think the ESC is fine. It's just the it was geared way too high. Light powdery snow. Just that snow there, it was kind of wanting to bounce back and forth off the ski. There's a little bit of crust on top. Turning radius again is just absolutely horrid. Maybe that servo just doesn't have enough oomph to turn the skis. But yeah, I still got a little bit of a electrical stink. That motor's still warm. Ooh, still hot to touch. So if you do print one of these off, get one like I did, secondhand, you definitely need a brushless system. You need that brushless power, and you might not have to gear it up so high with brushless either. I'm gonna have to. I mean, on that motor at this point, it still spins, but I'm sure it's probably pretty cooked. That was the system out of my my STX 10.3 base camp. I put a Fusion Pro in there, and the first time I ran this outside, I just had it was like a 14 tooth. That there's probably like a 22 tooth or something. So that was an aggressive jump. The 14 tooth, it was probably not a whole lot slower than that. And it had a little bit more oomph on the takeoff, obviously. So maybe it helped it get up on top of the snow and not kind of bury itself quite the same. So definitely need to have some work to do here. Obviously, that system's just going to come out. It needs brushless power. As far as my receiver, I've mounted in there. I'll put a balloon or something over it to make it waterproof. The inside does stay pretty dry up where I have the receiver mounted here. You see some snow down in there, but the ESC is waterproof. And that ESC is a 2 to 3S ESC, so I was just running one of my my small little 3S's in there. So that's going to end this video. I guess the next step is just to basically pick up a brushless setup and throw that in it. Really to sell it with unless someone wants to do another type of trade. The gentleman that I traded, he was asking $150 for this, with the steering servo, no electronics, no remote or nothing. So to get my money back out of it, I mean, I could throw it back up for $150, I guess, and sell it the same way. With kind of an RTR, guys are selling these things. I know, like up where I am, for like $500. That would be remote and everything, and I'm obviously not. This is like a $240 remote, and it's a 6-channel receiver for it. So that receiver's I don't know. I could pick up a cheap Amazon one, or just throw a brushless system in it and just sell it as an almost ready to run, a bind and drive type deal. Anybody who's going to buy something like this, obviously you're going to be into the hobby, either have a 3D printer or know somebody with one, and or I might put a brushless system in it and I might have a lot of fun with it. We'll see. You just never know. It's you know, I mean, ripping around it is cool until the motor overheated, but the steering on it, like, definitely have to. Maybe it's that servo, I don't know, but the steering is absolutely atrocious. You need a parking lot to turn it around. That's why I was getting caught in grapevines at the end of my yard there. There was a grapevine still hanging out of the fence, and that would stop it and get it stuck. But the track's held up. I haven't broken any lugs off the track or anything. So anyway, that's going to do the video for now. Throughout the winter here, I'll once I get some money in the budget, just to pick up a cheap brushless setup and slap it in there and see what that does with it. Or you never know what might come. Coming up to Christmas, sometimes the Christmas gifts, I get a little bit of cash towards my RC hobby. I might just pick up something else. I've been kind of eyeing up the 132 scale crawlers. My 124s, I got rid of them all because I really didn't use them that much. So picking up a 132 might be kind of pointless unless I just pick one up to review it on the channel and then sell it. But I mean, you're constantly losing money doing that. Selling stuff on yeah, here comes the rant portion of my video. Selling stuff on Marketplace. Oh my god. Oh, you know, you do get the serious buyers that message you, ask you a couple questions, come check it out, throw you an offer, whatever. But then you get the absolute time wasters. So I had my Slash 4x4 up for sale, and you know, I've had some videos on it. It's an older Ultimate, and like, you know, guys offer me less and less, and you know, messaging me every 3 days, and you know, can you send me a video of it driving around? Yeah, no problem. Just over and over, time wasters. And then, okay, I'll come pick it up on Sunday. What's your address? And the, you know, they no shows. The whole 9 yards. I actually gave up on it, and I thought, you know what, I got that truck for a decent price. You know, it was minus a motor mount. I ended up getting an ESC, whole new brushless system. But still, for the money I have into it, I'm just going to keep it because it is a blast to rip around on. So gave up on selling that one. Yeah, that's my little rant for the video. Marketplace, you know, if you're on Marketplace, don't waste people's time. Come on. Time is precious. I have so little time to enjoy my hobby as it is. Just having people message me over and over with ridiculous questions, or you know what I mean? Like, people, I try to respond quickly, so I don't really do any background checks. So, you know, you'll chat with somebody and you're messaging back and forth for like an hour, and then you get the, well, you know, I live 4 hours away from you, so I'm not willing to drive. It's just like, well, why did you message me in the first place? Like, you know, I have right on the ad where I'm located. But anyway, everybody, get out, enjoy your RCs, and we'll see you in the next one.